hardcore third world poverty.
Have you dated any Filipino guys? Are you single? Tell me a bit about that.
But it is hit and miss.
What's your favorite thing about the Philippines so far?
Lots of good things. Lots of really good things.
By the way, what's your name, sir?
Hi, what's your name?
I'm Cassandra Cooper.
Where are you from?
I'm from Canada.
Oh,
British
same.
Columbia.
Nice. I'm from Toronto.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
From near Vancouver.
Okay, very nice. I've never made it down to Vancouver because it's so far away. But
Yeah, I know. I never really went to Toronto until I had family live there. So,
Okay. What brings you down here to the Philippines?
I'm a competitive freediver.
Okay.
So I'm here for. I work in Camotes, but I'm here for a competition this week. It's actually my day off.
Tell me a little bit about that. What do you mean competitive diver, right? So what do you do exactly?
Do you know what freediving is?
I do, yeah, I know that much.
Yeah. So freediving is yeah, holding your breath and going deep into the ocean.
Yeah.
Really. So there's a world class competition going on right now. So
Okay.
there's some of the deepest divers in the world diving in Mactan.
Okay.
So we have a 5-day competition, and yeah. that's
Well,
kind
I
of
wish you all the best, you know. So I guess the whole point is to see who goes the furthest down. Or-
Yeah, well, it's nice because you don't actually. I mean, you can compete for an overall in the
Okay.
comp, but everyone's competing for their own nationalities, so there's not really that competitive atmosphere as much because everyone's just kind of doing it for themselves. But yeah, yeah.
My
so-
main question is, how are you not sweating? It's
Right
so
now?
hot over here. Oh my goodness.
I don't even know.
It's so
I
humid.
honestly, I feel like if I wear just a tank top and my shorts, I like being a bit more modest
Yeah.
when I'm walking around here. Otherwise,
Mhm.
to me, looks.
Got it. Yeah. Speaking about the looks, have you had a lot of people ask you for photos or anything, or?
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, like you got offered to take a photo for someone,
Yeah.
they're like, no, I mean like
With
you
me.
take a photo with us.
Okay. What are some things you like about the Philippines?
I like how friendly the people are.
Mhm.
Everyone here is really nice. Like some of the friendliest people I think I've met.
Yep.
I mean, we come from the water. The ocean here is pretty like amazing, so that's kind of why I'm here.
Okay. And any dislikes? Anything you don't like much about here?
Yeah, actually, I've been sort of plant-based for the last 8 years, and
Okay.
here it's fucking impossible.
It is,
to be
right?
plant-based.
Everybody loves the meat and the fish and all the.
Yeah, and it takes you away from like a lot of local like cuisines.
Yeah.
Because most of them are like really heavily meat-based.
Yeah.
So that's tough. And
I-
then that's about it. Like that's the hardest thing about living here, I think.
Okay.
For me.
Do you plan to stay here longer, or do you have any idea how long you'll be here, or live here forever? Or
I mean, for right now, where I'm working, I get to learn, I get to teach. So I'm an instructor as well. So
Okay.
I teach, and I get to learn under my boss is really incredible diver. So
so what are you gonna teach me? Just tell me to hold my breath. How do you teach freedive? Like just go down?
there's a lot of people don't take any consideration to the preparation
Oh, I
right
see.
before and the recovery after. So
Okay.
if you learn a little bit about this and also what it means, what those sensations and feelings are when you hold your breath,
I see. Okay.
then you start to understand how you can hold your breath longer and what
Yeah.
those symptoms mean.
Okay, have you dated any Filipino guys? Are you single? Tell me a bit about that.
No, I'm not single. No,
Okay.
I'm dating someone. He's actually I met him through freediving.
Okay.
So he's French.
Okay, do you speak French or no? You know, it's our
Yeah,
national
I'm-
language, but we don't really.
Really, no, I'm really learning. Like these last 2 years, and my school's run by French guys, so
Okay.
I'm really like putting into practice. But I've been so busy.
Yeah.
lately. I also I'm starting a nonprofit right now for the stray dogs here to
Okay.
host sterilization programs on my island.
Wow, I'd love to somehow. Yeah, let me know. Because I love dogs. Like it's my
Yeah.
favorite thing in the world. So let me know for sure. I'll get your contact after, and we'll try to support that.
Yeah, that'd be
Okay.
great.
And last question: have you been to Malapascua?
No, haven't been anywhere, man.
What? This is
I got
beautiful.
here and I started working right away and training, and it was like boom, boom, boom.
I highly recommend it for divers. I think you'll love it up there.
What's it called?
It's called Malapascua.
Pasqua. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hi. What's your name?
Name is Bruce. I'm from Canada.
From Canada. Me too. I'm from Toronto. Where are you from?
From Vancouver.
I've never been there. It's too far from me.
Yeah, well, it's might even be a little bit more expensive than Toronto these days too, right?
I
So
think
bring your
so.
wallet.
For sure. That's why I'd rather go south to U.S. and Mexico, right? It's
Right on.
closer and cheaper.
Oh yeah.
And what brings you down here to the Philippines?
Well, I'm a fairly recent retiree. I retired last June. I was
Okay.
a teacher for 30 years, hit 55, and pulled the chute.
Ah, good for you, man.
So I've been here since January. I've been in Manila, I've been in Davao. I've been now in Cebu. I'm wrapping things up for these 3 weeks,
Yeah.
and I'm going to the beaches. So I just extended 6 months, so I'll be going to a beach. If you're in the Philippines living by a beach, I could be coming near you very soon. First stop though is La Union. It's up north on Manila's island, Luzon. Take about a 4 or 5 hour bus ride north of Manila, and you're into basically, other than Siargao Island, it's
Yeah.
probably like their best known surfing area.
Okay,
Right?
great.
It's a big surfing community.
Okay.
Right? Which I'm not that great at surfing, but I like to try, and I like the community. I like that everywhere I've gone where it's sort of like a beachy, vibey thing.
Yeah.
It's just the greatest place to hang
Yeah,
out.
laid back kind of people, right?
That's me.
Now, what has been your experience so far in the Philippines overall? How would you describe your experience so far?
I mean, it's been mostly good, but it is hit and miss. I mean, like I've traveled in Asia before. I've been to China many times. I've been to Thailand. I've been to Vietnam years ago. So I'm sure people telling me it's very different now,
Yeah.
15 years later. But I've not been to the Philippines before, and I am enjoying it. There's some things it takes a little to get used to.
Give me an example. Don't be shy.
Well, no,
I'm
the big
curious.
thing for me, it's not even close. It's the food. Like
Okay.
on the downside.
Yeah.
Like I think it's pretty hard to get, like, Filipinos are like the nicest people in the world,
Yeah.
right? And they're great at making something look like the way you think it should taste,
Yeah.
right? Like, go to an Italian restaurant. You know, we're from North America,
Yeah.
right? So we're kind of spoiled with all sorts of European
Variety
cuisines or
and
whatever,
everything.
right? Even, Asian or whatever, right? But anyways, if you go to like an Italian restaurant, and it doesn't have to be 5-star, but something that's, we're not talking like, we're not going to Jollibee's or whatever,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So you're going to spend $20 for an entree. Like, prices are pretty similar to North America.
Yeah.
If you're at a fairly
Decent
nice
restaurant,
restaurant,
yeah.
right? And whatever it is, whether it's a lasagna, whether it's a meat dish, right? And you look at the pictures, they're good with pictures. But when you actually tuck into it,
Yeah.
there's 5 things about it. You're like, what's going on?
What's going on?
What's going on? Like, this doesn't taste like a tomato sauce. This is
Yeah.
kind of like a ketchup or something.
Okay, a bit sweeter.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, they just got ways of with desserts. I do have a bit of a sweet tooth, right? So again,
Yeah.
cakes or whatever, you bite into it, it's like, okay, this is not. I'm
not
not
what
getting
you
chocolate
expected.
here.
Yeah.
It looks like chocolate. I'm not getting chocolate.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's on the downside. That's really my big downside.
What about the upside? Some good stuff.
Well,
for
I
you.
gotta say one more thing, the downside, just to prepare people when you're out there, right? Like, right now we're talking here in like one of the nicest areas in Cebu,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's one of the nicest malls. There's another really nice mall, Seaside. But it's same kind of deal, right?
Yeah.
Just all the modern mod cons you want, right? It's where people go to hang out. But you walk 2 blocks in any direction away from these main drag, any direction.
Mm-hmm.
And just get ready. Like, you're into like hardcore third world poverty, and it's not pretty, right? And so, even though I don't try to dress in a way that makes me look like I'm, a fancy Dan or whatever, not
Yeah.
just because I don't want to get approached or whatever for money, but it's also because I'm kind of relaxed. I'm retired.
Yeah.
The business suit and all that kind of stuff, they're all
the
gone.
door.
They're out the window.
You don't want to live like that, right?
Yeah, but it's tough, right? And
Yeah.
so you want to do the right thing sometimes, and you take out maybe 50 peso note, 100 peso note. By the time you can get half a block,
Yeah.
you gave it to one kid. That kid's already got like 20 other kids chasing you down the street, and you feel like crap, right? So
Yeah.
what starts off as you're thinking you're doing a good thing, now you're kind of like beating them off with the proverbial stick because you're
Yeah.
like, hey, no, enough's enough, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's something that back in North America, of course, there's poverty, but it's not quite as in your face, right?
Okay.
On the good side, lots of good things, lots of really good things. I mean, you're not going to find any friendlier people in the world than Filipinos. Like, they're just they just knock themselves over to do right by you, right? And takes a little. I mean, again, I've traveled in Asia before. To be very servile, it's kind of in their nature as well, like in China and that. So I was kind of used to that, but they found a way to take it up to another notch, right? I'm kind of surprised. Like, again, I mentioned I've just been in the cities, but I mean, they don't lack for anything. If you're in these really nice areas, You can rent condominiums by the month or by the week or whatever. Airbnb I'm mostly sticking to, and I mean, you can get into some of these newer high rises, and it's just like, you know, it's like everything you'd be hoping for in the West as far as amenities. Fantastic pool areas, gyms, you name it. And I would say on the plus side of things, again, like I made my money in the West, but my goal now is to spend it in the East and in Latin America, right, where money goes so much further. Right.
Tell me a little bit. Are you single? Are you seeing somebody? What's like the?
Oh, right now I am single right now. As far as that can be a little hit and miss. I mean, again, I would say this, not that I was hoping or absolutely expecting it, but you know, you get these. I don't know if you know, but there's sort of like a real. I don't know. Maybe it was because of the lockdown and everything, but there were a lot of Americans getting a lot of American YouTubers getting a lot of love, right? The last couple of years, right? Like the Geos of the world and the Paul Old Dog and all that, but Rike and all these guys, right? So, you know, I've been through all that just like watching, but it's not like the women, being a man, being a heterosexual male, like the women aren't falling over you. This idea that you're walking off the plane like, oh my God, we got a guy from the West, like this is just amazing. Like, please choose me. Like that's not on, right? So if you're a guy and you're looking for some romance, whatever, you got to work. You still got to bring some game, right? They're just not gonna
just like women everywhere else. Right?
Absolutely, 100%. And that's not necessarily how it gets portrayed at times, right? It gets portrayed like it's like, wow, you're just going to be knee deep in all the way. It's like, no. And you go to some places, like, again, I've only been 3 cities. I would say Cebu City, again, it's just my short impressions. Definitely the women are the most, like, flirtatious, right? I'm not saying everything leads to something, but they're not shy. You go to Davao, it's the southernmost island on Mindanao. Generally a very much more, you can just tell, you get a sense in a few days that everyone, much more on the conservative side socially. Like the Davao is like the second largest city. It's bigger than Cebu even, at least population wise. And it's like shut down by 9. Like there's not much happening after 9. It's a pretty religious, and it's a kind of a combination. You'll find a lot of people that are Muslim down there, right? And so again, it's nothing wrong with that. It's just that it lends itself to being a much more sort of a again, in the 2 months that I was down there, that was my conclusion. I didn't go everywhere, but didn't talk to everyone. But whereas Cebu, it's kind of like, and frankly, there's a lot less tourists in Mindanao, I would imagine. So if you're interested in meeting a Filipino, like it's they're out there for sure, and there's many of them that would be interested in me. You just time and place. Don't rush into anything, right? Don't meet them for like 3 dates and then start planning where you're going to build their house in the province or because here's the other thing too, is that my advice, because I was naive the first time, the second time I was being too nice about, the third time I just flat out just said, get away from me. What you're going to find is in these shopping areas, these really nice shopping areas, there are some older women, middle-aged women. They are absolutely, they're trolling you.
They come up to you,
they're coming up to you, and they've already got a song and a dance about, hey sir, I'm supposed to start a job, like with you didn't even got hello out of your mouth. They're telling you they're supposed to have a job, but it didn't start this week, and now they're out of money, and it's like, whoa, I need dinner, and it's like, well, what was your name again? So the first time it happened, I'm just kind of like, because I'm not trying to be an a-hole. I'm just trying to listen to her and like, okay, what? Oh, well, that's terrible, and that's terrible. And I was like, and then of course I'm realizing, okay, this is a play, and I got to get out of here. Like it's like,
you're not that good looking, right?
Yeah. Well, I hate to say it, but that's the thing too, right? Like my interest is waning by the second, and as soon as you mention money, I'm like, okay, this is officially over, right? But anyway, so that's the thing to look out for. And another thing too is, for me, like I'm just going to places where I want to go. Like I'm not going to let someone else dictate me. Like if I found someone, I don't know, I'm still here for 3 weeks. I'm not going to let someone. Yeah, I'm from Canada.
Oh yeah, that's why I interviewed.
He's a fellow Canadian. He's obviously got a YouTube channel. Yeah. nothing that famous. We're not famous, right? We're not
That's why
famous.
I'm enjoying for rocking lot. That's why.
Oh, nothing famous, ma'am. Nothing famous. Yeah.
He's a celebrity.
Oh yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
a celebrity.
Yeah, for sure.
Famous guy in Canada.
Oh yeah, #1 Canada.
Like actor.
Yeah, he looks
I
like
look
an
like it. I should be.
Yeah.
Should have been. I
Look
definitely
at his
missed my
hair. He's got
calling.
all of it still. Like,
Definitely missed my calling. Yeah.
By the way, what's your name, sir?
Are we? What?
What's your name?
Were you supposed to start a job this week, by the way?
Yeah, this only ask that.
Okay, it's Bruce. Bruce.
Oh, what's
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Melody.
Yeah. There you go. So I don't know what else. I mean, those are just kind of off the cuff.
No, that's
top-
great.
top-
Would you retire here? Is this somewhere you actually see yourself retiring? Because you said you've been to several different places, like even to Asia, like Thailand, Vietnam.
No, but that I'm talking about years of
Oh, okay,
before
okay.
when I was traveling. I was in Asia in the early 2000s, right?
okay.
And then when I did have travel time in my job, which means summertime, teacher, I mostly did a lot of Latin America. So I've been to Colombia, Venezuela, a few other places.
Yeah.
So, anyways, like I am not married to the idea of Asia. I'm enjoying it right now, but I'm married to the continent, not to the woman. And but you know, I'm kind of well. I just told you I got a
Yeah.
6-month extension, so I'm good for December, and the nice weather hits actually in December.
Yeah, it's
That's
right
the
now
dry
it's rainy
season.
season, right? So it's
Right. So I think I'll probably do one more 6-month renewal, and when it gets to springtime, head home a couple weeks, see my family.
Yeah.
I got nothing there for me other than my family.
Yeah.
Sold everything. I'm in it to win it.
Okay.
And next fall, so now we're talking 2024, we flip the script and we go back into Latin America,
Gotcha.
right?
All right, man. Thank you
All
so
right.
much for your
Thank
time.
you.
Appreciate
Cheers
it.
out.
Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
Sean,
Where are you from?
Canada.
What brings you down here to the Philippines?
Just visiting.
Okay, are you
Getting
here?
with some friends and
Mhm.
family.
How many days have you been here?
Just over 3 weeks.
What's your favorite thing about the Philippines so far?
Probably just the beaches and the nature. Yeah, it's nice.
Any dislikes? Something that could be better, maybe from your experience?
The traffic, of course, yeah, things like that.
You're
so-
waiting around, wasting time,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Takes a long time to go a short distance, but
Yeah, for sure. Have you had a chance to talk to any local Filipino people?
some.
Mhm.
Yeah, not too many, but some.
Okay, what are your thoughts on them? Any general observations?
Friendly, in
Yeah.
general, friendly. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we've been everywhere from the urban to the extremely rural, middle of the sugarcane field.
Okay,
Yeah, we had a little rural disco out there, and yeah, it was good though. Everyone's pretty friendly. Yeah.
pretty cool. How about Filipino food? Have you tried any dishes, local dishes?
Yeah, yeah.
What do you think of that?
It's all pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Any advice for people that want to come here?
Yeah, I'd say just come, check it out. Yeah, try all the different food, travel around, hit the ocean.
Got it.
Yeah, it's nice.
Thank
The
you.
heat, I guess the heat, that's one other thing. It's a bit hot, but
I was gonna say, right, for us Canadians, I'm like always in sweat, man. I got this cloth I carry around, and it does help for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
for sure, man.
There you have it, some Canadian people's thoughts on the Philippines. Leave your comments down below. Anything you want to share. If you take your time to write it, I take time to respond. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're new, consider becoming a member of the channel for more exclusive content like behind the scene footage, some bloopers, exclusive content like members only live streams, and much more. Check out more details in the description of this video down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.